Hello everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. I'm back today. I have had a bit of a funny week really. Today is Saturday. I'm not sure when you'll see this video. It's possibly going to be up today. I'll do my best. I haven't felt too well this week. I've had a strange headache for a whole week really, all up in the back of my neck, which I think is tension possibly. Anyway, that's enough of that. I've got this like hay fever symptoms going on, despite taking allergy tablets every day. Anyway, that's enough. You don't want to hear about me banging on about not feeling well, do you? I hope you're all well. Anyway, I hope you've all had a good week, and welcome to any new subscribers, and welcome back to any existing subscribers. I do really appreciate your support, and if you just found my channel by accident, please, it would be lovely if you'd consider subscribing, liking, commenting. All of that helps me to progress. I know I'm not as active on here as most of the crafting people are, but I do have a full-time job, so I have to fit it in there with that. However, having said that, from the 1st of June I'm dropping one day a week, so I'm dropping Mondays, which I'm really looking forward to, and that my plan is to craft on a Monday for the whole week if I can. We'll see how that works out. Best laid plans and all that, you know what it's like. You can never say that something can be done. Something always gets in the way, I think. Anyway, so today I'm going to do episode 10 of the Margarete Miller 52-week collage challenge. As some of you know already, I'm using an old notebook, an A5 white lined paper notebook that I've had for a few years. Never used it, just bought it one day on a whim, I think, and never used it. Haven't decorated the front of it yet. It does say on it my thoughts and ideas. I quite like that. I'm not too keen on the pinky colour of this cerise. I'm not too keen on that, but I do like the diagram, so I might leave it. I don't know. We'll see as we progress. As I say, it's only week 10. Most people who started this challenge, I started it in January. Me, of course, I'm late to the party as usual, and I started mine in April, so I'm doing 2 or 3 at a time to catch up. Hopefully I will eventually catch up. I think people are on around about week 19 at the moment, so I'm not too far behind now. So every week you get 5 prompts. I've cut them all out and I've put them in here. I stuck a pocket on and I've put them in there. So that was week 1, 2, 3, week 4. Hope you can see this. Week 5, which is one of my favourites. 6, week 7. I do like that one too. Week 8. Excuse me. Week 9. That was the last one. That was quite difficult because you had to use some food packaging, and so I used the box that some sweets came in that my husband likes. Yeah, I'm not too sure how my collaging's working out really. I'm a bit of a hesitant collager, I think that's what how I describe myself. I've joined 2 pages together here, stuck them together to give this a bit more strength, because I've got this here and that does feel a bit bumpy. But also I've got so many pages in here that I doubt whether I'm, obviously 52 weeks is going to not fill up this whole book. So I may, odd from time to time, stick a couple of pages together. But also I was looking to see whether I could actually take some pages out and then stick a couple together, like we do with an altered book. But I'm not too sure because these aren't sewn in, these signatures, and I think if I rip out too many this side, it may ruin what I've done so far. So I'm leaving it for now. Anyway, on to week 10, hashtag CW Planner 10. And this week, the 5 prompts are an illustration, a person, something round, a shoe, sheet music, and the bonus is tissue paper, in brackets, the wrapping kind. Now, you can use the 5 prompts and the bonus if you want to. You can substitute one of the 5 prompts for the bonus. So it's entirely up to you, really. I think it's flexible. I don't think there are any set rules to this. Sometimes I use all 5 plus the bonus. Sometimes I substitute one of the 5 for the bonus. So it just depends, really. But I've cut this right down because I want to stick this on today if I can. Now, the illustration I've picked is this lovely woodpecker. It's a green woodpecker out of one of my flower books. So I'm going to cut round this and use that. The sheet music, I have a page of old sheet music. I think it's a hymn actually, because there's a lot of rejoices in it. But as you can see, whoever had it and used it has annotated it slightly on both sides. So what I thought I would do with this to make a change, I am going to stick a whole piece of that down to cover the whole page as the background, to cover up the white and as a background, and then I'm going to stick the rest of the pieces on. So that's what I've decided to do. So we're going to have the woodpecker on here because that's the illustration. Now the person is, I haven't cut this out properly yet, but I've chosen Marie Antoinette. I do love history, as I've said before, and there's something about Marie Antoinette that always intrigued me from a child. So I've got Marie Antoinette, and I've actually got a pair of genuine Marie Antoinette shoes. As you can see, they're backless ones, so they're quite modern looking, really, aren't they? But I was looking at some of the old shoes, and they are actually, no, you know, this is where our shoes have come from, these old shoes. And these are very, very beautiful. And they sold for quite a lot of money at auction a few years ago. So I'm going to have those. I know it says a shoe, singular, but I'm going to put those on because that's what I want to do. So I want her kind of in the middle. I think she's beautiful. I'm not going to go down the road of the politics of that time. I think it's quite sad when people are married into royalty, and that when they're born, that's their destiny from day one, and they don't have a choice in matter. It's almost like the arranged marriages and things, you know, and most of the time they tend to work out. But I think that people in royalty don't lead the happiest lives. That's what I think, but that's my opinion. So I've got music, illustration, a person, shoe, sheet music, and something round. So something round, I've got these lovely specimens that are round. So I thought that one would fit nicely on here because it's quite a pale sort of pinky colour, and it's got some lovely pink hydrangeas on it, which I thought would be nice and delicate to accentuate Marie Antoinette, because after all, she was a queen, and I think she deserves, you know, a nice subtle collage. So I've got another round circle here which has words around it, which I really like. So it says friendship, kindness, compassion, delight, fondness and warmth. So I thought maybe I will put that up there. And I will use the bonus today. I'm going to use tissue paper, and I found this in my stash. I have a folder with lots of tissue paper, and this is actually a Christmas hat out of a Christmas cracker. Can you see? So I kept it because everything helps. As we know, we don't throw anything away. And I like the colour blue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear a bit of this off. I may actually keep that edge because it is a crown after all, and she was a queen. So let's bend that one back a bit. like that. And what I thought is I'd put a piece of this under here, because this is a very similar colour to this paper here, and maybe have that somehow on here. Not sure yet. We'll decide as we go along. So that's the plan anyway. So we'll put that to one side over here. Put these down. Going to tear around this. Take off these white edges with this tear ruler. Can't even tear those straight. So I'm using the side that's less annotated than the other side, although, you know, it's quite a nice little touch, really. Adds to the authenticity of it all, doesn't it? But sadly, it's in the white margin, so it's going to come off. There. Now let's see, how does that fit? Yes, not bad. Not bad at all. I think we'll have a bit more off here. Oh, actually, maybe... No, we'll have a little bit off here. Oh, actually, I don't want that, because I don't think anyone seeing that's going to wonder what those are. And they might think I've been putting coloured pen on it. And that, I don't want that, people to think that. Not that I suppose anyone's ever going to pick this book up and look through it. You never know, one day they might do. We'll take that off, because I don't want this to go around this corner, because it's obviously, as these pages bend over, this is getting higher and higher. So I think let's tear that piece down there. I'm quite happy with that. Yes. So before we stick that down, I'm going to distress around the edges of this white paper. And I'm using the Tim Holtz Distress ink, which is tea dye. So I'm just going to go around the edges. Hope you can see everything okay. Yeah, so been busy at work, been a bit stressful actually. No wonder I've had I'm saying is a stress headache for a whole week. Things are very stressful. Patients are ringing up left, right and centre expecting appointments now that we're coming out of lockdown, and I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. We have got a huge backlog to catch up with, and my department is the emergency surgery, so we are firefighting all the emergencies that come in through A&E. Yes, and now it's worrying because we're coming out of lockdown, and I think from Monday people can go out and go into pubs and things. Not that that's our scene, we don't really do that on a regular basis unless we're going for a meal or something, or maybe sitting outside on a summer's day if we're away. And now we've heard that India obviously is in a terrible state with COVID, but it's a variant that we haven't had over here until recently, and we've now got a few cases in the UK, particularly up north. Now that variant may not be covered by the COVID vaccinations. It's looking like Boris is thinking now about whether to halt the coming out of lockdown, or even whether we might need to start shutting down again. So everything's so unsure and uncertain at the moment, isn't it? It's really difficult to even plan anything at all. I know one thing, I'm certainly not considering going abroad. It's the last thing I particularly want to do. At the hospital, we're still observing all of the protocols we have been observing with COVID. We haven't come out of our wearing of masks in, along the corridors and everything all day long and all of that. So we're still adhering to it, as I expect and suspect most hospitals in the UK are. So I hope wherever you are in the world, or wherever you live, if you're in the UK or abroad, I hope you're all managing to keep safe and well. But just think about, you know, keeping safe and still, even though it sounds boring, still adhering to certain, you know, safety measures. That's all I'll say on that subject, because I don't want to bore you all and turn you off, and maybe you think, gosh, what a moaner she is. I'm not really a moaner, and I'm not a negative person either, I have to say. But this whole situation is enough to make anyone negative, I think. It's quite difficult. So I hope everyone's managing to do some crafting. I am very behind, I'll have to say. To anyone who subscribes to me, who I subscribe to, I haven't disappeared. I have just literally not had time to watch many videos and catch up. So I am behind a little bit on certain people that I follow. But I will be catching up, because I don't want to miss anything. There's always room to learn something. You know, it's nice to see how other people do different things. Even this collage challenge, it's amazing how different a lot of the collages look, you know, how they are. Right, I'm just going to use that to glue this down. Very carefully use this old glue stick that is still going strong. I think I'm going to say that to all of my glues. You're useless. I'm going to get rid of you as soon as I can, and then they start working properly. So that must be the thing. Oops, just get some around the edges of this. It is quite thin, this paper. I'll just get this glue book over. It's a bit better to lean on. It's thicker. That's better. I must say, this glue stick feels very, very sticky. I don't know whether they get stickier as they get older, because it's certainly stickier than it ever was when I first purchased it. And I don't really see why cheaper brands should be any different, because it's like with everything. Most of it is the same. If you looked into who'd manufactured it, where it's come from, I bet you'd be surprised that a lot of these non-branded items are actually manufactured by the top brand manufacturers. I think you'll find. I might be wrong. And I'm using this foam folder that came with that new 12 by 12 scoreboard that I bought on Facebook, brand new for £10, and I'm really pleased with it. Because guess what silly Scrappy-Doo Sue did? Sent an order to a lady who wanted a plain journal for her memorabilia, and she sent me a message and said how wonderful she thought it was, and I was very pleased that she liked it. And then said, oh, there was a surprise in the back of it. She said, I think you left something in it by mistake. And I thought, oh no, what on earth could I have left in there? You know, and I was racking my brains thinking, what if it was something personal, like a letter or something, you know? And it turned out, she sent a photo of it, and it was my lovely bone folder that I love and use all the time. So she said she's posting it back to me. Oh, I don't know. Thanks, Sharon, if you're watching this. Just thank you for sending it back to me. I do appreciate that. I should offer actually to pay the postage. I never thought to offer her that. Oh, maybe I'll message her and say, I don't know why she should have to foot the bill to send it back to me, really. Yes, and I've had my lovely prize from Shabby Dabby Doodah's draw for her 30k plus subscribers. And they're absolutely wonderful items, and I want to do a quick video on showing you what I got from her. She's been very kind, and they did come in the week, beginning of last week actually, but just haven't had a minute to do any videos. So I'm sorry, Tina. You know, I haven't shown anyone. I'm going around the corner. I'm going to try and round the corners of this. I don't know if this is going to work or not because it's very thin. No. Why did I think it would work? It doesn't work at all. Oh, maybe on 7. No, now I've done that one. Oh dear, why did I think that was going to be a good idea? Can I just do the rounding myself? Let's just try this side with 7. It does give a quick outline of it, even though it hasn't gone right through it. So that's all right. What I could do actually is put a piece of paper behind it. Let me have a think. What have I got on here that I could put behind it? Put a card. Let's just put that behind there to double up the thickness and see if that works. Oh, that worked a treat. Look, so that's the answer if you want to round corners of a piece of essentially what is just copy paper. Put a piece of card behind it, thin card. Well, I've just rubbed those off onto me. That's all right. I always seem to be covered in all sorts. So we just give Marie Antoinette, Her Royal Highness, who died a tragic death, some thought was well deserved, because she lived in gross luxury where there were people in abject poverty. I'm just going over that line a little bit just to cover that join up there like that. And yeah, so I'm going to put her there, I think. I do like this paper at the back. It's very nice. Now let's have a look at the woodpecker and see what can we do with him. Well, I wanted to keep the word that, you know, his name, green woodpecker. I wanted to keep that. I also wanted to keep some of the tree in the background. So, and I love these colours. They're very subtle. So I actually can't tell you which book I've taken this out of now. Just trying to think from the style of paper what it possibly was. There, so I like cutting around things like that, as you know. So I quite like to have him up there like that. And maybe we'll have Marie Antoinette down here, perhaps. Then we've got this. So we'll ink's upside down. We'll ink around this. Now this isn't white. It might look white on the camera, but it is a sort of a pale pinky sort of colour. I'll just gently go over that to cover up the white. And so we've got to put that on. Then we've got this one. We'll link this one up, see what it looks like. I do like the words on this. Okay. We wanted to put this crown of tissue paper behind it. So let's see, that might be a bit too tall and possibly... So can we fold that over like that? Let's just, no, we won't straighten the edges up, I don't think. Now, let's see, if we have that on there, like that, could that go there? And that go over the top, do we think? And maybe this here, down the bottom. I don't want to cover up the whole circle because the idea is that it should be something round. So and I've chosen that because I love hydrangeas. I think they're very lovely in the garden. And that seems to be everything we need to put on. So we've got the music paper, illustration, something round. We've got two things there. We've got a person, Queen Marie Antoinette, shoe. We've got her shoes there. And I've also used the bonus, but I don't seem to... I mean, it's all covered up, but that's it. That's everything I need to put on. Now, am I happy with that or not? I'm not sure. I thought that would be a good idea, keeping it in the crown shape, that tissue paper. But I'm not sure about having those both on the same side. Now, let me move that down here. I have that like that and that like that. Hope you can see, but I still only have space for that over there. So let's think. Let's move that over a bit like that. And but then that means I'm going to have both of these down here. I don't know if I like that. Do we just want one of these on, and do we just want it like that? Take that one away. Or now we've got that over there. The idea to have this tissue paper was to have it behind something that is quite pale and melds into the background. So let's take a bit of this off this. Oh gosh, that was awful. Didn't do very good. Just let's fold that up like that. Okay, and then let's have another piece of tissue paper up there like that with that on. No, I don't like it. So do we want that there? Maybe not. So now we've got this down here. I don't mind having one in each corner. Just looking to see what it looks like through the camera. Well, it would certainly be different. And then obviously I wanted to put this on. So just find my little tool that keeps disappearing because it's so small. I did have it here. And oh, sorry if my head was in the way. That has now disappeared. Things seem to disappear. I've had to move a lot of things out of the way because Elmo's back home and we're still keeping him in because the nursing home is still being closed down. So he can't go out because he'll just go straight back round there and then possibly, just see if it's in my drawer, it'll get shut in, and that would not be good because then at the moment, if he was to accidentally get out, I still have a contact, one of the nurses, who says she can still access the home because there's still an admin person in there and also still security. But if he was to get out, say next week, get shut in there with just security in there, she may no longer have any access, so we would never get him back if he got shut in. I don't think I like the way that's looking. I really don't. So the whole idea of having an illustration really is to have the name of it, you know. That's what really an illustration in a book is. You know, they put a picture up and then they also, you know, put the name underneath. So that's why I wanted to actually keep that. I'll just go around here a bit more now. Do I just cut that off? And then maybe we could cut it out and have it separate. So that sort of cut that down a bit better now, like that. And then I could just take this green woodpecker words title and stick that on separately somewhere, you know, maybe actually on it up here or something like that. Yeah, I did think my idea of the tissue paper was a good one. But I don't want to cover up Marie Antoinette, just a list. Oh, it's so difficult, isn't it? I'm just going to cut down the side as close to that word as I can, and as straight as I can. That is not straight at all. Oh, my cutting skills are awful. Like that. If I take that off altogether, and we've literally just got the paper, the illustration, the person, the shoe, and the round, something round, and you know, and that's it. So I wouldn't want that to be down the same side as that. And maybe I could have that there, but that is it. But if I have something round on top of that circle like that, we don't have any tissue paper because it is the bonus after all. Yes, I have it sticking out of there like that. Maybe have that one there. We could cover that up because it is shoes, so it doesn't matter. We've got the pair there. What does that look like? Oh, well, it's so difficult, this collage challenge, you know. You wouldn't think it would be with just 5 prompts and a bonus, but tying them all in together is really, really difficult. Let me think now. Spending too long, you see, procrastinating about what I'm doing over here. Moving things around too much. So there's a huge gaping gap there. Oh dear, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Help me. Somebody help me. Don't know if I like that tissue paper. Let's leave it. Push it to one side. We've got the circles here. Maybe have that there. This one down here. Have that there. I like that better actually. So we need to do something with this. We need to grungy this up for starters, so it's not so white. But of course tea dye is not quite as dark as my vintage photo that I like. Oh, I don't know where my tool is, so so we won't scratch the edge of it. Nothing else has been, apart from the music paper. So that's a bit better like that. Well, I'm wondering if I can still use a bit of this. Oh, bet you're all groaning, saying, oh, for goodness sake, just get rid of it. Forget the crown part of it. Maybe we could have a bit here and have that there like that. No, see, it just changes the page. No, we're not having that. We'll leave it like that. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Sorry if I've gone quiet, but I am not really liking this 100%, but we're going to put it on because otherwise we're going to be here all day, and I honestly cannot at the moment think of anything else that I'd rather put on. So I do want the green woodpecker, so and I don't want him kind of straight, so he's flying. And we put his name tag on. And put that there like that. And then we'll put Marie Antoinette down first. See how it just appears to be easy, and you get everything out. You know, I try and do a bit of forward planning and look for things rather than you know, it'd be horrendous if I was trying to find things on camera to go on these. Now I'll just leave that corner up because I may have this down underneath that corner. And I think, oh yes, I found everything I need. This is going to be brilliant. And then when you start putting them on the page, it's, oh, no, that didn't look as good as I envisaged it would. So I think we might as well put that down there. Some people were stamping numbers on their pages, which is quite a good idea actually. We'll maybe have that joined up there like that, but it does blend in. But then again, I don't want it to stand out too much, to be honest. Perfectly honest. Put that pressed down. What I could do, actually, I've just had a thought. I could use some webbing. Maybe we could put a piece of this on underneath that other circle. Let's try it and see. Let's have a look. So we frame it like that. I know that's a similar colour to the paper as well, this webbing, but it just gives it a bit of texture. So it all looked a little bit flat, didn't it? So we could have that here. But what we could do is we'll just trim these edges because we don't really want them to look uniform, you know, like an actual square. So I'll just snip into it. Let's put those bits in the bin and see what we think of this. So we're going to have friendship at the top. I'll never like it as a square. I like it on the side, so I like that because then it goes over the corner of Marie Antoinette. Yeah, that's, for me, that's made a huge difference. Isn't that funny? Just that one thing. I like it much better than the tissue paper idea. So we're not using the bonus, which is okay. Just get my kitchen towel and wipe that. I'm going to put this on with the Beacon 3-in-1 because, oh gosh, I've got dropsy today, you know. I don't know whether I've got sinusitis or what it is that's going on. So I have that there, with that hanging over there like so. Just move that bit like that, and we're just going to put some more glue underneath this bit. Now I'm already getting glued up now with this. Now this glue, for anything new that wasn't quite so messy, people perhaps like it better. There, friendship up the top. Let's get that pressed down like that. I don't know if anyone's been doing anything exciting lately. I haven't really done anything apart from go to work, which has mainly been at home, but I have been into the office. I do deal with meetings on a Thursday, and MDT meeting, and I've been going to Amersham Hospital to have that phototherapy treatment, but I've got 6 sessions left out of the 20, and already they've had to drop it right back down. So the maximum I arrived at was 2 minutes and 20 seconds in the phototherapy booth, and I'm now back down to 1 minute and I think it was 40 seconds on Friday, because my skin, being fair, just cannot tolerate it, and I had sort of sunburn effects on the back of my legs and everything, and it really interfered with my sleep. So I think maybe I feel a bit run down, but it has helped with the PBC itching, the primary biliary cholangitis that I have. So that's good. So, you know, and I do appreciate all their help with everything. So I have got one other thing that I think we might look at putting on, and those are, I've got some shelves underneath my desk that came with the desk, so it's kind of the end pedestal that comes with the desk, and that's my chair, by the way. And I've got some nice little nature stamps, so which I keep under the desk on that shelving unit. And I thought maybe if we use a brighter colour, and I'll get my, I think maybe I really quite fancy stamping a couple of these in lavender, a kind of a lavender colour. I don't know why. I think it's because of Marie Antoinette's dress, which is a beautiful brocade. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a beautiful colour. So let me get my, I have got some Dovecraft inks as well as my Tim Holtz. Now I'm just going to have a, what Juliet Camellia Craft Design calls Crafter-Launch. I can't say it in her accent. Oh, I've got the wrong box out now. Yes, that's my scraps of material. Oh dear me, everything's a bit of an effort today. Yes, I've got a lot of Dovecraft inks actually. I'm not keen on them. Somebody bought them for me as a gift when I first started crafting. You know, family members think, oh, let's just get some bits like that, which on the whole I usually really like. But these Dovecraft inks, and I've got, I think it's probably a pack of 12 or 20 in different colours. They are extremely moist and extremely, for me, they feel a little bit greasy. But I have got them in nice colours. I've got nice golds and nice copper one, and they do look nice on paper, but you just have to be very careful you don't overdo the dauber on them. So yeah, so I keep them all in here in this tin. Look at them, they all fit in though, and I keep my Tim Holtz ones and my mini ones, because you know I've only got minis. I keep them stacked up on the desk, but the main ones that I don't use very often, like these. So I've got all these colours, look. So I've got natural green, spring green. What's that one? That's got the wrong lid on. That's got gold lid on it. So that's a different green. Oh, another natural. So you have to have two of, I've got white, I've got a dark purple. And I don't think that dark purple is what I want today, but we'll get it out, just have a look. So I just stack them up in here in this old tin, along with all the daubers that I've used for different colours, my brushes that I've used for different colours that I just keep for those colours. I've got a set of those brushes there that you can see I've been using. So, and makeup sponges, because anything goes, doesn't it? Oh, and I've got some of these. Let's colour these. I've got about 2 of these. They're the oh, what do you call these? Sort of a very variegated colour. That's not the word. I can't think of the word, the term that's used for these colours that sort of go up in depth. Ombre, that's the word. People have that done to their hair, don't they? Ombre. Yes, so we'll put those down to one side. I knew that keeping those tins from various Christmases would work out. So let's have a look at these stamps. So we've got some nice little flowery ones. So I tipped them out. That doesn't go with the set, but it fits in there. I do love wooden stamps. I really do. It's something that I could easily collect. And I like that one. That's, for me, that's round. That's a nice one. They've got all sorts, and they've got the picture on the back. But they're so easy to use, I think. So easy. Now that's very pretty. It's like a little bouquet was tied up with ribbon. Maybe that one. That's a branch, another flower, and then some leaves. So I really like them. They're called Nature, and they're by Paper Poetry. So they come from, I believe they come from Germany, and I think I probably bought them on Amazon. That's where I bought them from, I expect, originally. So let's have a look. So I've got my Tim Holtz Shaded Lilac, and I've also got this Dovecraft Berry Purple, which I have used before. So we'll just take one of these and we'll see. But we're not going to stamp it. See, I daren't press hard on it because it's very soft, that pad, unlike the Tim Holtz. Now I just press that there. Now that's quite nice, that, isn't it? I think that would brighten up this page, or I could completely ruin it. Just stamp that again. Yeah, that's nice. So don't press too hard on these Dovecrafts if you've got some. So I think we'll have, where should we put one? Well, because we've got this flower down here, don't forget, so we don't want to compromise that. So I think, and also I'm stamping on an uneven page. I like to hold them down for a few seconds, so I like that. That's just given that bit of interest. I'll put another one on. Well, actually, I might put some all the way down the side of that, in that gap, like so. Just by holding it a few seconds, it's allowing the ink to join the paper, you know, attach itself. And we'll put one there. They're not evenly spaced out, but that doesn't matter. Crafting is not about perfection, I don't think. It's about your own artistic interpretation of whatever you're doing. Now, they're going to take a while to dry, but you see that, I think that's made a huge difference. It picks up the colours in the dress and this sort of colouring here, and I really like that. So I'll just get a wet wipe out and we will Now these wet wipes are huge, but what I decided was I was cutting them in half because I'm a bit of a, you know, Scrooge when it comes to using things. But then I thought, well, actually, I'll use it, but if it's not too mucky, and obviously these, this is what I mean by being very oily. These do seem to come off in great abundance, look, unlike the Distress inks, see? So what I would normally do is I would dry it and use it as a dry wipe, but I'm not going to with that one because it's got all that berry purple on. But I just feel guilty not using them really. So put those back in there. Okay, now that hasn't dried, I can see. I think that's it. I don't think I want anything else on there, you know. So I've got my hands. That's Distress ink. Ah, look at them. Soon get grubby, don't they, with glue and all sorts of things. Anyway, so to recap, hashtag CW Planner 10, we have an illustration of Queen Marie Antoinette. No, we don't. We have an illustration of a green woodpecker. Then we have a person who is Queen Marie Antoinette. Then we have something round, so we've got 2 round circles there. And then we have a shoe. These are Marie Antoinette's shoes that sold at auction. They are beautiful. We have sheet music. The whole background is sheet music. And we didn't use the tissue paper bonus in the end. We just didn't do that. And that is week 10 of Margarete Miller's collage, 52-week collage. And I've just knocked the camera and I can see it's not straight. So I do apologise if you're lopsided. Oh dear. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. Anyway, that's enough from me. And I hope you come back for more. Please come back. Please stay supporting my channel. I'm now up to 61 subscribers. So I'm very, very pleased with that. And I do appreciate everyone's support. So please, please don't be put off. You know, there will be a time in the future when I will be doing more crafting on YouTube, and I will have more things planned out, and there's lots of interesting things to come. I can promise you that. So please stick with me. Please, I'm you know, I'm very, very grateful for everything, everyone that's here, everyone that watches this, any views I get, any comments or thumbs up. So if you click the like, thumbs up, click the bell for when you subscribe so that you get notifications of the next videos that I do, and that would be great. So I'll see you again soon. Take care everyone. Bye bye.